Hey there, Pete Moriarty here, and in this quick video, I'm going to be showing you some of the cool new features that have come out for G Suite in October 2016. Time for a quick recap. So here we are. Google has released a massive amount of features this month, but I wanted to show you 2 or 3 cool things and what they mean for your business. Now, obviously, there's been a rebrand in the last couple of months. Google Apps is now G Suite, and the umbrella cloud for everything Google is now being called Google Cloud. So hopefully there won't be any more name changes in the next couple of years. We've obviously got to update our branding and everything else that comes along with it when that happens. But G Suite is the new name for Google Apps. And one of the big changes is they've changed the 2 different editions. Now they're calling the standard edition of what was Google Apps for Work Basic, and they're calling Google Apps Unlimited G Suite Business. Now the unlimited version, which is now called the business version, that comes with Google Vault, which allows you to store a copy of every single email that comes in and out of the business. Great for compliance reasons. If you're in any kind of professional services firm, absolutely fantastic for making sure that all emails are stored and then searchable as well. But also it's got some other great features like, similar to the name, it was called Unlimited before, you're able to get unlimited storage for each one of your team members. So that's a great feature there. If you're starting to use up all of the 30 gigabytes of allocated data for each user, well, that's certainly an option for you. So I want to take you through some of the new actual features that have come out for G Suite in the last month, and I'm going to go to my screen and show you a document of what that looks like. So this is our Google Apps monthly summary document, and I'm going to share this with you under the video here so you can get access to this. There's plenty of features that it goes through. Some are more or less relevant to small businesses, but I wanted to show you a couple of my favorites, which are the top ones that I think will be most relevant to you. So scrolling down here, you can see one of the first ones is actually in Google Sheets and Google Documents, and this has to do with comments and actually giving you the ability to assign ownership of a comment to someone. Now, you'll see here in the little GIF image that there's actions being put into a document here, and you can actually now assign those actions. You can assign the ownership of a comment to somebody. So it's not really a fully fledged task list. It's not really a fully fledged project manager. But I do know that when we use comments in documents, which we use these quite often, what it doesn't give you right now is this ability to actually give an ownership over the comment. There's a comment there waiting to be resolved, but there's no clear idea of whose job it is to actually get it resolved. So I'm really excited for this one. I'm looking forward to it being deployed to my account. It hasn't quite filtered through yet, but I expect it'll come through in the next week or so. Now that's the document view there. I'm going to scroll down so you can see what it looks like in a spreadsheet as well. So same kind of thing, you add a comment to a cell in a spreadsheet, and then after you add that comment, you get a little tick box there to assign it to a particular user. And that user will receive an email and they'll get the email that, hey, you've been assigned to this comment in this document, and then anytime they open it up, then they will automatically get access to it. There we go, pretty cool. So next up, this is a absolutely massive one, and that is the search. Actually, that's our action items. We'll skip that one. I'll come back to search. Where's our search? I think it's somewhere else in the document here. Let us find it. I'm going to go ahead and search this document for the word search. Here we go, great. So our integrated search has now been rolled out right across G Suite. So that means when you search for something in Gmail, when you search for something in Drive, anywhere else that you're running a search within Google, well, it's going to search the whole of your G Suite account. Now, I don't know if you remember, maybe some of the geeks in here remember that years and years ago, there was a product called Google Desktop, and that Google Desktop search allowed you to search stuff that was on your desktop, but it also let you search your Google Docs. It wasn't even in Google Drive back then, it was just called Google Docs, and also your emails, but it gave you one consolidated search, which let you search for absolutely everything. And that was really cool, but Google killed off that Google Desktop search after a while. Now, what they've done here is effectively brought back the ability to have one place to search and search absolutely all of your documents. So this should be rolled out to all accounts. If not already for your account, it should be rolled out to all accounts within a couple of weeks globally. But this is really, really exciting, because what it means is when I'm searching for something in my email, well, I can find just about anything to do with that search query. So really, really big one. Thank you, Google. That's awesome. And really, really happy that we now get access to that. Let's have a look at the one other feature that I wanted to show you here. I'm going to jump back into my laptop. And this is to do with forms. Now you can see here there's some extra smarts that have been added to forms. These are pretty handy, pretty cool. You can see it's got a little bit of AI, a little bit of intelligence built in now, and it can even predict some of the things that you may be building out in your form, some of the questions and those kind of things. But my favorite one, and this is just like absolutely, absolutely awesome. I'm not sure if it's actually in this document here. Let me see if I can find it. But there's a new file type, there's a new question type, and that new question type is the ability to attach files into your forms, which is absolutely crazy. So what that means is for someone submitting a form, they can actually upload a file. Now, there's one caveat with that right now, and that caveat right now is that the form can only go to people within your business, which kind of sucks. You can't send this form to people outside the business just yet. Hopefully that'll happen at some stage in the future. But what you can do is attach files into form responses now. You can have the type of question called file and upload that. Now, that one also hasn't been deployed to my account yet. So if it's not yet in your account, expect it in there within the next couple of weeks or absolute most by the end of the month in November. But that is a really, really great one. Going to be super useful if you're looking to have files uploaded. So let's say, for example, you've got, I don't know, maybe workers on site out on the road, and you want them to click a button, from an iPad and upload or attach a file from somewhere there. Or maybe you're taking responses internally and you want someone to attach a photo to a form response. Lots and lots of options there. Very, very useful, and a massive, massive feature request we know that we've got from customers all over. Now, there's one more thing that I want to show you. And the last thing that I want to show you is voice commands. So Google have now added more advanced voice commands into their documents. Now, if you didn't already know this, you can actually use Google Docs dictation feature to talk straight into a document and have text typed out, which is really handy. It's a little bit like Siri on the Mac, but what this allows you to do is easily author documents just using your voice. But what Google have now added is other ways to format that document. They allow you to create tables, they allow you to change text formatting, all with the commands of your voice. So I'm going to give you a quick demo, show you how that works, and you'll see how easy it is to format your document just using your voice. Now, to bring up the voice menu, you just go to the tools menu and then voice typing, and it brings up our little microphone here. And once I've clicked the microphone, as soon as I start speaking, Google is going to automatically dictate my speech into text. There we go. So that's the basic voice feature, pretty standard, pretty straightforward there. But let's see what happens when I add in some extra formatting. Italics. Here is some text that I've converted into italics. Well, it didn't like that. Maybe I used the wrong command there. Bold. Bold. Remove bold. Oh wow, we're having a good one here. All right, it doesn't like my text formatting. Let's try that again. All right, let's give it one more try. Insert table. Hey, there we go. At least that worked. we had one thing that worked. So it looks like it's got a tiny bit of work to do there. It did work when I tested it. Of course, everything works when you test it, but in a live environment, who knows what happens. Anyway, thanks very much for joining in. If you've joined in live or if you're listening to the replay, thanks very much as well. Now, remember, if you want to get access to these videos live as we produce them and in a live environment, then make sure you join our G Suite user group on Facebook. And what I'll do is I'll put a link to that underneath the video. You can get access to it there. And any questions that you have, any feedback that you have, or anything that you'd like me to cover in a future video, well, please let me know. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, take care.